Hey to everyone out there watching, it's JT from Keystone Cruise Outdoors. Welcome back to the show. Before we get started with our picks and everything, here's a quick look in at the Keystone Crew leaderboards for Rapala Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing and Mercury Bassmaster Drain the Lake Challenge. To those of you who like and subscribe to the channel, thank you for your continued support. I really appreciate it. As always, if you haven't signed up for fantasy fishing yet, you can sign up at bassmasterfantasy.com. After signing up, search the groups tab for Keystone Crew. Not sure what you're waiting for, there's only 2 events left, but you can still win the weekly prizes. Here's a quick recap of how our picks fared from the last event at Lake St. Clair. If you had a perfect lineup, it would have looked like this. From buckets A through E, we had Joey Cifuentes with first place finish. Koya Fujita finished 7th. Luke Palmer finished 2nd. Taku Ito finished 3rd. And Jacob Fouts finished 6th. Here's a rundown of how my gut picks fared. Here's the research power rankings and how they finished. My bucket A pick, Brandon Palnick, finished 46th. My bucket B pick, Chris Johnson, finished 26th. Our bucket C pick, Cooper Gallant, finished 4th. Our bucket D pick, Taku Ito, finished 3rd. And our bucket E pick, Alex Redwine, finished 29th. So, pretty respectable there. We did have 2 in the top 10. We had 4 out of the 5 in the top 30, so it was a pretty good showing. The winning weight was 91 pounds 8 ounces, and I said 92.3, so we were close, but no cigar on this one. And here's how our Mercury Drain the Lake picks fared out from last tournament. We had 3 in the top 10, 4 in the top 30, and 5 in the top 50. Now on to Lake Champlain in Plattsburgh, New York from August 17th through the 20th, 2023. Named after the French explorer Samuel de Champlain, who encountered it in July in 1609, Lake Champlain lies between the U.S. states of New York and Vermont, but also extends north into the Canadian province of Quebec. In colonial times, Lake Champlain was used as a water, or in the winter, ice passage between the St. Lawrence and Hudson valleys. Champlain briefly became the nation's 6th Great Lake on March 6, 1998, when President Clinton signed a Senate bill reauthorizing the National Sea Grant Program and contained a line declaring Lake Champlain to be a Great Lake. This status enabled its neighboring states to apply for additional federal research and education funds allocated to these national resources. However, following a small uproar, the Great Lakes status was rescinded just days later on March 24th, 1998. The lake is also home to the mythical lake monster Champ. It's kind of like the U.S. version of the Loch Ness Monster. Bryan Schmitt won with 78 pounds back in 2021. The bag consisted of both largemouth and smallmouth. All right, the reason you're all watching, here's the picks. First, as always, my gut picks. These are the picks that I make when the buckets are released and kind of just anglers I like and things like that. Bucket A, I have Brandon Cobb with 7.8% owned. Bucket B, Mike Iaconelli with 4.4% owned. He says it's his favorite lake to fish. He's had mixed results there, but he has done well there in the past. Bucket C, I have Austin Felix with 15.8%. Bucket D, Taku Ito, 59.7%, and bucket E, Caleb Kuphall with 31.7%. On to the research picks. These are the picks that you guys should go to. I power rank the picks from Bass Pundits, different articles I read and videos that I watch, and the power rankings for bucket A go like this. I've got Bryan Schmitt with 23.6% owned, followed by Patrick Walters, 3.5% owned, John Cox, 2.9% owned, Jay Shakurit with 11.3% owned, and Greg Hackney with 3.3%. My pick, though, with my gut, was Brandon Cobb, and the crew's pick is Bryan Schmitt. Bucket B, I've got Seth Feider with 31.8%, followed by Mike Iaconelli with 4.4%, Jason Christie with 6.9%, Cooper Gallant with 11.9%, and finally Brandon Lester with 4.1%. My pick, though, is Ike with that 4.4%, and the crew's pick is Seth Feider, 31.8%. On to Bucket C. Power rankings, I got Austin Felix with 15.8%, followed by Jamie Hartman with 7.5%, Corey Johnston with 30.5%, our hometown guy here from northeastern Pennsylvania, Jonathan Kelly, with 0.3% owned, and then Jeff Gustafson with 24.1%. My gut pick and the crew's research pick are both Austin Felix, though, so we matched up on that one with the 15.4% owned. On to Bucket D, we've got Taku Ito with 59.7% owned. Everybody's in on Taku. He had a great last tournament. We've been waiting for it all year, and it paid off if you stuck with him. Followed by Chris Zaldane with 9%, Keith Combs with 5.3%, David Mullins with 4.1%, and Caleb Summerall with that 1.1%. My gut pick and the crew's pick, both Taku Ito on this one, so we matched up again, but you also matched up with 59.7% of the people playing. Bucket E, we've got Micah Frazier with 6.1%, followed by Ed Loughran with 6.6%, Jacob Fouts with 17.6%, Caleb Kuphall with 31.7%, and Josh Douglas with 14.2%. My pick is Caleb Kuphall, though, with my gut, 31.7%, so a lot of people are in on him. And the crew's research pick is Micah Frazier with 6.1%. Tie-breaking weight, I'm going with 79 pounds, 3 ounces. All the weights, when I researched back to other tournaments and everything, were all in the 75 to 82 range. So I'm going kind of in the middle with that. All right, a quick recap. My gut picks: Brandon Cobb, Mike Iaconelli, Austin Felix, Taku Ito, and Caleb Kuphall. The research picks, the ones that you should go with. If you guys are picking with my picks, these are the ones you should go with. Bucket A, Bryan Schmitt, Seth Feider, Austin Felix, Taku Ito, and Micah Frazier. On to Mercury Drain the Lake. Lastly, here's the picks for our Drain the Lake. It's an elimination or survivor style game where you can only use an angler once all season. Once you use them, they're gone. You should know that by now. If you saved any hammers, now's the time to use them with only 2 events left. I've got, for this tournament, Seth Feider, Jeff Gustafson, Jamie Hartman, Mike Iaconelli, Carl Jacquemusen, Jonathan Kelly, Kenta Kimura, and Chris Zaldane. That'll wrap it up for Lake Champlain. Final 2 events. We're on the home stretch, guys. Good luck to everyone out there. And as always, I'll catch you next time.